welcome back to Boomeadow Plays. We're a little late today, but that's okay. How you doing? Hope you're having a great day. We are back to play Stray Gods, so because we're a little bit late, we'll skip a lot of the preamble. If you like what I do, if you like my Dungeons and Dragons and things like that, please don't hesitate to follow me if you're not already following me to get notifications of when I go live. If you're able to, please consider subscribing. That would be fantastic to have you part of the little spooky family that we're building. Otherwise, you can follow me over on YouTube at Boomeadow over there, where you can find all of my videos, which means you can leave comments and stuff. So otherwise, let's jump right in. Where we left off, Grace, we have to confront the fact that we ended up getting our best friend killed. Freddy is gone. I finished Act 2, joining Act 3. Back at Freddy's
I'm sorry
apartment.
it came to this, Grace. It's clear what your friend meant to you.
It should have been me, not her.
Don't say that.
This was my fight, my problem. I'm already slated to die, if anyone paid the price.
Your friend gave you the chance to not repeat history. Don't waste it. Grace, is that how Calliope died? Was she also attacked by the Furies? Do you remember?
Yeah. She meant to use the mirror, but she never had the chance before they came.
No doubt sent by the same person. Perhaps for the same reason.
Who can command
Who
the
could send the
Furies?
Furies after me? Even Hecate had no idea who possessed that kind of power.
No one does, not these days. Hecate herself would have been my guess. Zeus might have, in his role as king of old Olympus, but he is long gone.
Clearly someone can do it.
Unless they weren't summoned. They could have been responding to something you did unwittingly, something Calliope also did. What that could be? I'm afraid I have no clue.
Get some answers. What are the Furies?
They didn't seem like people.
Think of them as forces of nature, but an aspect mortals
The
rarely
Furies, also
encounter.
known as the Erinyes.
They're older than any idol. They were created to enforce the ancient laws.
There are ancient laws now?
Well, there were. Laws even the idols had to obey, from the earliest days of old Olympus. Even if they still existed and you'd broken one, we would all know. These are not petty crimes one stumbles into.
If the Furies are so powerful, why did they stop? They just stabbed Freddy and left.
They're not assassins, Grace. They exist to punish. They demanded blood, and blood was taken. It didn't need to be yours.
So if Freddy hadn't interfered...
They wouldn't have rested, not ever, until they had their due.
So what
I
exactly
know
was Calliope
was
trying
going
to
use the
do?
mirror, but it was just feeling. I still don't understand why.
There's only one use for that mirror. To speak to the Fates.
Yeah, okay, but why?
The Fates know all that is or will be. Destiny is theirs to command. Or so it's said. One contacts them either to know one's fate, or to change it. Not that the Fates are likely to oblige.
Can these fates really control the future?
They control the fate of all beings. I imagine it's they who give Apollo his powers, and they who write Hecate's books.
Makes sense.
So someone really didn't want Calliope messing with them.
Or you, it seems.
Could it have been the fates? Maybe they don't like being called on now for anything.
They're not known to be vindictive. If they don't want to answer, they simply won't.
I don't know what to do. We still have no idea why Calliope wanted to talk to the Fates.
That's exactly
Well,
it.
there is another way to ask them.
I wondered how long that would take. Hecate is enraged. She's threatened to close off the reliquary entirely and forever. Athena is beside herself.
How long have you been standing there?
Long enough. You just had to keep pushing, didn't you? Until you got what you wanted.
This isn't about me. We're out of options, Apollo, and you know there's only one other way to contact the Fates.
Oh, how convenient.
Why are you here, Apollo? You made it clear I was on my own.
Well, you're not on your own, are you? You have the selfless Persephone to guide you.
May I explain it to Grace, or do you have another option, Apollo? If so, now's the time. I thought not. The Fates will respond to the ruler of Hades, the true underworld and realm of the dead. What I propose is that we go there and take back the throne that was stripped from me.
You want to take back...
Is Apollo right? Is this something you planned all along, Persephone?
Meaning what? What, that I knew what would occur at the reliquary? Perhaps you think I'm the one who unleashed the Furies.
No, I don't think.
You've waited for this opportunity for over a century.
Waited, yes. Bided my time. And the moment has arrived.
But that's not why you originally agreed to help me?
No, that's not why.
How do we get to Hades? Do we need a key, like the reliquary?
Athena took my key, and the entrance at Lake Avernus was sealed long ago, which leaves only Hermes.
They won't take you.
They might, if you ask them to. Then why did you come, Apollo? To gloat? To wish Grace well?
Yeah, actually, why
to
did you
actually
come,
help?
Apollo? Because this doesn't actually
Yes,
make
they-
sense.
I'll lead us to the throne, and Grace can speak with the Fates. It's simple.
Is that something we can do? Just go to the land of the dead and, overthrow it?
Truth be told, there isn't much to overthrow. Few mortals still believe in Hades, and thus its halls have been nearly empty for eons.
So how do you...
The throne itself is the key, both symbolically and literally. Claim it, and Hades is yours.
But you can't claim it because you're barred from Hades.
By a rule that we would need to break were we to do this, yes.
So if we go to Hades and, find your throne, how much trouble would that get us into, exactly?
A great deal.
It's not as if Athena could execute Grace a second time.
But she's already been warned about breaking more rules.
The responsibility of this will be mine. Let Athena try to take my throne again.
Yeah, it doesn't seem right that Athena could take it. I'm still thinking Athena's behind everything. But that's just the vibe I'm getting. I don't know if it's actually... I don't know if that's actually
That's another
what's
crazy
going on, but
plan,
it's
right?
the seeds that seem to be just making me suspicious.
But there's no point in stopping now, is there?
I can't. I'm sorry, but this is a step too far.
And consider this, Apollo. Grace's mortal friend was slain by the Furies, according to the old laws.
Her soul is in Hades.
You
Wait,
should have led
what?
with that, man.
Freddy's in Hades?
I mean, it
What?
stands to reason.
Persephone, why didn't you lead with that?
I didn't want it to seem like I was playing on your sympathy, Grace.
But you'll play on mine. Fine. I'll get you into Hades. But I'm not going with you.
If that's what you prefer, by all means.
It's fine, Hermes. Get this over with.
They're all such poor, tragic souls.
Shall I wait here, or...
No, no. I'm not gonna lie to them. Hermes has always treated me fairly.
Oh, hey, if it isn't Apollo and Grace, and, Persephone. Wow, the whole gang, huh?
I'm afraid I have to call in that favor. I need you to take Grace and Persephone to Hades.
Oh, man, I don't know.
You work for all the
Athena
gods, sir.
specifically said I wasn't supposed to take anyone, you know? No matter what.
Oh, this is pointless. They're never gonna help us, Apollo.
Can I ask what's going on? Nobody ever tells me anything, and you want me to get in huge trouble, but for what?
Freddy's dead, Hermes.
What? When did that happen?
She was killed by the Furies. That means she's in Hades. Probably. I have to try to find her there. You're her friend too. I know you wouldn't want to abandon her.
Okay.
At the moment, I actually don't care about clearing my name.
Signal when you need to come back.
I actually care
You
whether we can get some kind of closure with
feels
Freddy.
like the right thing.
Be careful, Grace. And remember, the underworld doesn't give up its shades without a price.
I think I can tell her the rules, Apollo. Let's go. Welcome to the real underworld.
I like the lightning
Wow.
and the rivers. Desolate landscape.
It feels so empty.
Wonder if we're gonna meet Sharon.
So lonely.
It's not completely empty. Neither is the throne, for that matter. A bitter shade named Orpheus has been squatting on it since my exile. I fully expect
Ah,
he'll
God of
be
flowers.
waiting for us.
Who is
Who's
this
Orpheus?
Orpheus. The name sounds familiar.
It should. His is a popular tale among mortals regarding how he once came to the underworld to retrieve his love, Eurydice, and left with nothing.
Yep, because I believe he was the one that
Hades
wasn't
tricked
supposed to
him,
look
you
back.
see. And with Hades dead, the blame has evidently fallen to me.
So he's not a fan of yours.
He is not a fan, no. Not that it matters.
You didn't think to mention earlier that the throne was occupied?
Because it's irrelevant. Orpheus isn't an idol. He's just an angry little man clinging to an existence that doesn't want him any longer.
And what are we supposed to do? Organize an armed resistance? Challenge him to a duel?
That's what you're here for.
I'm gonna fight him?
Oh, you'll see.
I'm going to sing to him, I'm assuming, to
So there's an angry ghost sitting on your throne.
bring out
Anything
his
else
true
about this
emotion.
trip you've neglected to mention?
Come. It's time to cross the Styx. The ferryman will come soon. As we are not dead, you will need to convince him you are worthy of passage. State your case clearly and with determination.
Oh, is it because we don't have drachma to pay him? Oh, I like the boat. Big boat. Much bigger than we usually see it depicted, so this is actually really cool.
I am Persephone, also known as Despoina and Kore Sotiera, once queen of the underworld, and shall be again. No, Corone, I did not bring you any cards. I am not here to entertain you.
I like his personality.
My
to say
name is
Freddie.
Grace, and I'm here to save my friend Freddie. Have you seen her?
He says he has. She spoke a great deal as they crossed the river, and that made him very happy.
Happy? Why happy?
I don't imagine Corone gets much company these days, Grace.
Yeah.
No, she didn't. Neither of us brought games to play with you, Corone. Stop asking.
I like him. I really like him. We can find something
I'm
to play.
sure we can come up with something to amuse him.
Yes!
You don't even need to interpret that for me.
Yes, what fun. Thank you for encouraging him.
I like him. I really,
Let's get
really
underway,
like him.
Corone. It's a long ride to the throne room.
I like the way they've done the shades in this version. It's very interesting. Ooh, I've got the yellow eyes.
I wouldn't touch that.
Ooh, the silence breaking into this.
Overload you, blow a fuse. Every story, every memory winds up here in the water. I used to dream that this river would rise, swallow the anger, tears in my eyes. Then suddenly I was found alone. I destroyed Hades, but was denied his throne.
Really is dead here, isn't it?
Everything here is fading away. She needs her queen.
We're here for Freddie, too.
I killed the king fair and square. They had no right to take it from me.
It wasn't your fault. There was no right or wrong. It wasn't your fault. You didn't belong. If my life was stolen, I wouldn't know where to turn. Candle isn't finished. It's a slow burn.
Oh, I really like the notes in this.
Someone's coming. There's music floating through. Someone's coming.
Orpheus is about singing, I believe, as well.
We have visitors. I think we all know what to do. To the throne room. This bard's about to meet a muse.
There's someone singing with us.
That would be Orpheus.
Is he a muse?
Oh, he's so much more than that.
Someone's
You
coming.
better be ready.
A wolf is waiting in the
He's a
tomb.
master of his
Someone's
craft.
coming.
We have to take
I think
back
our best bet is to potentially focus on Orpheus right now.
where we came here.
There's a name here
I won't forget,
that reeks
but you
of
can bet he
enemy.
knows someone's coming.
It's about time, Persephone.
Orpheus, I've been... What happened to the music?
I have been
Oh.
waiting for you, Persephone, for so long.
I like Orpheus's like
You brought a muse.
character design. That's really
Hi.
cool.
Lovely tune, by the way. Can't remember the last time I collaborated with someone so talented. No offense, Benny.
Oh, poor Benny.
To my underworld. Let me treat you to a song. A welcome gift. I have the floor. It is mine, after all. Muse. Any requests? Questions?
Why are you so angry with Persephone? If it was
What's your
Hades'
problem
fault.
with Persephone?
Dow, 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 loop it. Dow, 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 dow.
Has a bop.
I didn't do what I was told, didn't know that it was all a game. I didn't think that he would do it. Then Eurydice
That is
was
not
gone.
anybody's fault. You.
And Persephone, you stood
The fact
right
that you didn't
beside
think
him
he
and
would
said,
do
"What a
it?
shame."
Come
He
on.
was always gonna kill her, and you knew it. And I
No, he
never
wasn't.
got to
You blew it.
have my revenge. My pain never ends.
They gave you a chance and you messed it up, man.
I see you now. Persephone won't turn my back. I won't turn my back. Turn my back on you again.
It wasn't your fault. How are you to react? It wasn't your fault. Now there's no turning back. If my love was taken, I wouldn't know where to turn. Your candle isn't finished. It's a slow burn.
This tete-a-tete is over. If he's the victim, what am I?
Queen, let's not lose our composure. The muse understands.
Well, I won't comply. I'd rather die.
Let him plead his
I
case.
have nothing but a dark and empty hole, wanting something to fill a shallow soul. I am the king of constant sorrow with a throne room.
It's not your throne, Orpheus.
It will be until you admit you were wrong.
I wouldn't go there. It's too much for you. And
I'm just gonna stop
not
because
sorry for your
I don't
mistake.
feel.
Orpheus, you could stop this song now. Or better yet, we could work this all out. There's a new day coming.
That would require Persephone to listen, would it not?
I've heard enough.
Give her a
So much
chance
for
to
your new
speak,
day,
to get
dear
her.
muse.
Come on, give her a chance.
It wasn't your fault. You were never to blame. Hades was a monster.
Yeah,
You're a part
both of you are
his
victims of
game.
circumstance. It was,
Where's your
at least in this situation, it was Hades.
return?
The candle isn't finished. It's a slow burn.
It's a slow burn.
It's a slow burn.
Time for both of you to move on. Let's be honest, you're dwelling on the past. Both of you have valid points. Orpheus has every right to be upset.
Told, but you won't face the fact that you're to blame. And Persephone, you blew it. You must understand each other by now. All of this is getting kinda old. What a
This
shame.
is exactly it. It is
There's
old.
the door, walk through it.
But I never got to have my revenge.
Our pain never ends.
Our pain never
Orpheus, I promise you
Revenge won't make you feel better.
belatedly, I won't turn my back. I won't turn my back on you again.
That's it. You both ended up being wronged in this situation.
We have been fools.
You're right. Yet, what about the throne? We can't just leave it empty, can we?
Destroy the throne. I can't choose
All
the
that
red
going
option. I
around in
didn't ever
circles,
take it.
Digging up old wounds, and for what? So you can fight over a chair. There.
You dare.
Yes.
What gives you the right to interfere in this manner? That throne was not yours to break.
Look
Throne's
around you,
worthless.
Persephone. Hades is empty. That chair you wanted so badly, it doesn't matter anymore.
It mattered to me. I paid for that throne with tears and blood, Grace. With years of humiliation you know nothing about. I thought we could help each other, but no, you would rather lecture me.
This is why history repeats itself. You
So
wanted
what
a
you trying
throne in a
now,
dead
Grace?
place where
I assume you
nothing...
must have one after that big demonstration.
There was
My
never a
plan?
plan.
It's exactly the same as it was before.
You've lost me.
Come on, Persephone. Do you expect me to believe you haven't been waiting for this since you met me? You wanted to do this, but you couldn't. You needed to convince me, to convince Apollo, to convince Hermes to help you. And for that, you'd say anything, right? You'd tell us there was a way to contact the Fates.
Which there never was. You're correct.
And Freddy?
If the throne alone
See?
could bring somebody back from the dead, surely even Orpheus would have figured it out.
That's exactly it.
You know,
That's the
for a
worst
moment,
part.
I thought you actually cared about me.
Yep.
Just a little bit. You
It
don't,
was always
do
about
you?
you and that stupid
Not about
chair.
me, not about Calliope, not about anything.
You're the one who destroyed my throne, Grace. You started this.
And
Did
you
I?
never intended to help me. Right from the start. It was all to get what you wanted.
Exactly. I didn't start this by
At the
destroying
very
your
least,
stupid
I
chair.
hoped we might find your friend's spirit.
Why? We can't bring her back.
Not without great sacrifice, no. No, the rules of death are clear. Yet, you might have spoken to her. I know what it's like not to get the chance to say goodbye.
And yet you still strung me along to get what you wanted.
Freddy, you're here.
Yeah, I've actually been watching you since you arrived. It's not like there's much else going on.
Fred,
No, don't even start, Grace. I made my decision. I don't regret it one bit.
Just because you don't regret it doesn't mean I don't feel guilty. But I'm not going to invalidate her
sacrificed
choice.
yourself. For me.
Well, yeah. I'd do anything for you, Grace. Hey, what was the alternative? I let the Furies kill you instead? That's not how this story ends.
This isn't a story, Fred.
You're wrong. It is a story. And you need to finish it.
It's a little meta, but it's true.
Hey, no.
I guess this is it, huh?
Almost. I found someone while I was down here. Someone you really...
Is it Calliope? Yes! Getting answers straight from Calliope really helps. But if this is the case and we could always speak to Calliope, would Athena have known she was in Hades?
This... You can't be real. Your soul is inside Grace. Idols don't...
is inside Grace. The rest of me... I'm here, Persephone.
This is real.
I guess you weren't just friends.
I
I'm gonna go with that.
guess you two were better acquainted than you said. Huh, Persephone?
We parted ways years ago. Persephone couldn't take my lectures any longer.
I'd take them now. I miss them.
No, you don't. Think about how bitterly we argued at the end. Don't blame yourself. Not when there are so many fond memories to cherish instead.
Tell us what happened.
Need to know what happened to you, Calliope. How did you die?
Why didn't you come to me? If
I
you were in
suppose
trouble, I would
Athena
have
may not have
protected
known
you.
that her soul was here if Persephone didn't know that this could happen.
But I couldn't let you be drawn into Apollo's prophecy as well.
Yep. Coming back to Apollo.
Apollo's prophecy?
Told you, I don't trust that dude.
Tell you? No. I don't suppose he could have. It's a long story.
You don't mean to
Something-
say that Apollo is responsible for your death, right? But his prophecy is.
Yes. It said I needed to die.
Someone else knew about the prophecy. Athena.
Told
No.
you.
Then she sent the Furies after me when I went to the reliquary. I
Told you.
barely escaped.
Gut feeling, man.
Fled back to the
Everything
moral world.
at the moment has been pointing back to Athena. It is how she maintains control. I hope
Why
I get
did
to
you
get
go to
questions
the
to all three of these
reliquary?
answers. Like
We know
three
about
of
the
these
mirror,
questions.
but
You wanted to annul the prophecy.
And the Fates are the only ones who could, if they would even help me. I doubted it, but I was desperate. I never got the chance to ask. Someone told Athena where I was going, and
So who told Athena?
she must have realized what I meant to do.
But how did she get the Furies to attack you? They aren't pets. You didn't break any of the old laws.
I don't know. Maybe it's something the ruler of the idols can do. But you'd have to ask Athena.
There are things up in the air. Went to Pan for the key.
you went to Pan for the key to the reliquary, right?
Yes. He's the reason I knew about Nyx's mirror, actually. He told me about it long ago.
He told Medusa where you went. She, I expect, told Athena.
Oh. Pan couldn't have known what it would mean. I didn't explain.
That's it.
That's fair.
You forgive him, just like that.
I'm sure he feels guilty enough, my love.
But she does feel bad.
Apollo hates using his power. Why would he have given a prophecy to Athena?
Because she demanded it. She was desperate.
How did you even find out?
So the question is,
Apollo
what
was
is Athena's
horrified
endgame with it?
after he delivered the prophecy, and he refused to stay silent. And he came to warn me. He was torn. Telling me meant I was locked into it. I still think he did the right thing.
Which is why he's...
Though I
Well, because, yeah, he doesn't want to tell his prophecies because it happens. To speak it so makes it so.
What was
is the prophecy?
Surely I need to hear it.
If I tell you, you'll be locked into it, just like me.
But the prophecy doesn't just say you have to die. There's more to it, right? They
Yeah.
always require interpretation.
Apollo told Athena that. He begged her not to jump to conclusions, but
But given her nature that we've seen so far, she just wanted to make the most logical assumption.
It doesn't
about
just
me, too.
involve you, does it? It involves me. It must, or you wouldn't hesitate.
Athena wanted to know if there was a way to save the idols. The answer was this. The idols cannot continue so long as the last muse lives.
And I'm the last muse.
And now you know the prophecy.
Why come to me? Of all the places you could have run to, why come to my apartment?
Because I was dying.
But I couldn't save you. I barely even knew you.
I was wandering the streets that night, wondering if I should go to the reliquary or just flee. And I heard you singing. I followed you home after to see where you lived. I didn't know what would happen to me, but I thought, just in case, I knew I had to hold out until I reached you.
I
You
wish
didn't give me a
hadn't.
choice.
You didn't give me any choice.
I wanted to. I thought I would at least have time to explain.
Yeah,
Anytime humans get involved with the gods, it never ends well.
Furies, they kept coming. It was all I could do just to reach you. I am so sorry, Grace. I truly did not mean for it to be like this.
Do you blame Athena for what she did?
She wanted to save the idols. And I wanted that too.
Well, I blame her. And Apollo for not telling us what she'd done.
If he had, Grace would have been locked into the same fate as Calliope.
We don't know that.
But Athena is willing to sacrifice me because of her blind belief in the prophecy. Guess this is it.
Time to say goodbye, I guess.
It's not goodbye.
So many years of history fights the
We'll see each other again.
misery.
If souls reside here in Hades and
It's time
the Eidolons don't have an interaction on the actual soul of the idol, we'll meet again.
I never truly saw before how trapped we were, so far from shore. Great at the time, but it's time to go. It's time to go.
I'll miss you so much. Because you have to let go at some point.
Deep within my soul, you will remain with me, a best friend through the dark. Gone.
I honestly wonder if there was any way that we could have saved Freddy from this fate.
It's time to go. It was quick and so was I. I was not prepared to die, but Grace, I choose this, and I know you'll get by. It's time. So many years of history fights the highs, the miseries. I'm so proud, Grace.
Freddy, I gave everything to watch you go.
I know.
Now it's time to go.
It's time to go.
You've returned.
Yep. I'm not angry at Apollo. I understand why he did what he
And I
did.
see Freddy isn't with you. I'm so sorry, Grace. Did you at least get to speak to the Fates?
No.
Then what happened?
Then
We found Calliope.
found Calliope.
Calliope, but her Eidolon is inside you. How
It doesn't work like that. The Eidolon is only a part of an idol. The rest just...
Calliope told us what happened. The prophecy. How you warned her. How you've been lying
Calm
to
down,
us.
Persephone.
You knew.
He didn't
You
want-
knew the truth this entire time. Even when you said you were helping
No.
Grace.
He was trying to help,
Yes.
but
Yes, I did.
he couldn't say without creating. I
You were
understand
trying
why.
to protect me, right?
Yeah.
You didn't want me to share Calliope's fate.
And if
I
he
thought I
said
could
that he
nudge
had
you in the
any
right
involvement, it would have
Help you
wanted,
find
it
the
would have made
truth
me want to
without
dig.
learning about the
Like, don't get me
prophecy.
wrong, I've
Well,
wanted to
you
dig
failed.
anyway.
We know it now.
Then it's done. You're locked into it.
Isn't the prophecy open to interpretation?
Pretty much.
Couldn't you be wrong about how it ends?
When am I not wrong, Grace?
Yeah, but interpretation. Yeah.
That's right. Leave. It's what you're best at.
Persephone, you're not helping.
I don't know how this will affect your trial. We could tell them what we've learned. Even without proof, it makes enough sense that Athena couldn't just
Well,
brush
this
it
is
off.
the stupid part
But if
about the
she
trial.
believes you need
I
to
didn't.
die in order to save the idols,
Yeah,
if
it doesn't
she
matter.
truly believes that,
Because it's no longer about
Doesn't
who
matter
killed
what
Calliope,
anyone
because
says.
let's be honest, Athena killed Calliope.
Look, about what happened in Hades.
which part? The part where you denied me the throne, or the part where I lied to you so I could use you? You did
Both.
what you had to do, and I won't say I didn't have it coming. It's freeing, in a way. I intend to keep my promise. We go to the trial and I'll help you, even if it means overthrowing Athena. Calliope would approve.
But what about...
Just so you understand, our chances aren't good. I suggest you do whatever necessary to prepare.
Great.
I have to succeed, if only so I can live for Freddy. I understand why he did. Honestly, the one I want to talk to the most is Apollo, because I understand why he did what he did. But I need to understand if there is the interpretation.
Oh, it's you.
Hi, Oracle.
Paul comes in, mopier than his usual mopey self, and won't say a word about why. But of course, it's you.
Look, I know
Now
you
you
care
care.
about Apollo. I'm not here to hurt him.
Uh-huh, yeah. And, why should I believe you?
Because I know he did what he did with the best of intentions.
That does sound like him, yeah.
Yep.
I guess I can go ask him if he wants to talk to you. Don't be surprised if he says no, though.
It's all right, Oracle. I think Grace and I need a moment alone, if you please.
Oh, sure. Don't mind me. It's not like I was in the middle of anything.
Python Pit Pub. Take your chips.
I didn't mean for it to end up this way.
I know.
I know.
Stop blaming yourself.
It's okay, Apollo. You have to stop torturing yourself over this.
I wanted you to find out about Athena without learning the prophecy. To be honest, I was relieved when you chose Persephone, even though I was worried she might lead you astray. When I first became Apollo, I was so sure I could help people. Help the world.
You can, but you can't
Ignored the
control the way
warnings.
people interpret things.
You have no idea.
You are literally giving the message, but I also understand why you didn't want to give those messages.
This one time.
Because you wanted to believe in hope.
Maybe it will be different.
You don't know
everything.
everything, Apollo. Half the problem is that you and every other idol thinks they do.
Yeah.
Trying to prevent the prophecy is what's making it come true.
Exactly.
So you want to, what? Stop trying?
Maybe.
I hope you can forgive me, Grace.
I don't. There is nothing.
There's nothing to
forgive.
forgive, Apollo. You did what you could for a friend. You
Exactly.
didn't owe me anything.
I guess all that remains is the trial. Whatever happens, Grace, I'll be standing right there by you.
Thank you.
Her name is Grace, and from what I'm hearing so far, pretty much everybody needs to give themselves some grace. We shall go talk to Pan. Tell him we know. We understand what happened.
Pan? Are you here? Pan!
Is he not here? I'm kind of concerned Athena's done something to him.
All right then. Guess I'll just head off.
I thought you didn't want to see me anymore. You're not here to yell at me, are you?
Coward. No.
No.
I wanted to apologize.
I wanted to apologize.
Apologize? To me? Well,
For thinking you might be behind Calliope's murder. Turns out that's not the case.
That's fair.
oh, then you've learned something, haven't you? Something not exactly pleasant. I see. Isn't that always the way? Tell you what, Grace. Let's indulge in one last transaction. Relay what you've learned, and I'll see if I have any advice to offer.
You know what? What can it hurt at this point?
Okay. Where do I begin?
Well, of course it was Athena.
Wait, you knew?
No, how could I?
So what
I mean,
now?
it seemed pretty
Let the
obvious at this
prophecy
point.
play out.
Huh?
Let
Yep.
it play out. It doesn't say the last muse will die. Just that she must for the idols to continue. Perhaps the idols shouldn't continue. Seems reasonable enough.
Not to
I
Athena.
doubt Athena would agree. Or many of the other idols, for that matter.
Yes, well,
But it
if
is
history
very
says
clear from
anything
seeing
about
what's
the idols,
happening.
it's that we're a bunch of reactionaries who make poor decisions. Frankly,
one seems
change
happy.
is long overdue. Continuing
Exactly.
on as we have been isn't appealing, and I doubt I'm the only one who thinks so. I'm rather
Yeah.
looking forward to the trial
Think
now.
about poor Aphrodite.
How exciting.
If anything, I want to stop the cycle that is Aphrodite. If not just for Aphrodite, but for Eros as well. Why are we with Persephone?
Did you forget something, Grace?
Oh no, I guess
It
it is
felt like we
Persephone
hadn't
that I was
quite
talking to. I
finished
guess
our
I didn't read that
conversation.
properly.
It seemed pretty finished to me. What more is there to discuss?
You know
How
what?
about
Show some grace.
Are you okay?
Oh, I am many miles from okay, Grace.
Don't you
I'm aware.
want to talk about it?
Calliope would not have approved of the way I acted. But then she seldom did. It was so good to see her in Hades. To have her say she forgives me. I just wish it were as easy to forgive myself.
We
You
could start over.
apologize, you know. We could start over, from square one.
You shatter my throne without so much as a by your leave. And I'm the one who apologizes?
I could go first, if you like. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too, believe it or not. Is that better?
It's a start.
Is it any easier out there? Do you miss being immortal, Grace?
That's the problem. You guys have been gods for so long.
It's been a
Been a
week,
week.
Persephone. If I live past the trial, I'll let you know.
Yeah, I don't know
Yes,
if being a
trial.
muse is
It's a
good or
whole
not.
thing, I hear.
Whatever happens, Calliope will approve of us defying Athena.
Sorry, just had to let my dog out. I guess it's time to go to the auditorium and see what we make of this. Can we see what it means? I mean, Pan did say it cannot just be Athena's interpretation.
So this is it. All your new friends have lied to you, but somehow they're gonna get you through the trial, right?
We'll see.
I wish Freddie were here.
She is here.
Like a boat lost at sea, with no sails, not a breeze. I am drifting cold waters, no star to be seen. I'll embrace the fire as it burns deep inside, bright enough to guide me, an ocean defied. But as I burn, they've all turned away one by one. In the end, am I alone? Like
Hope
a
not.
boat lost at sea, with no sails, not a breeze. I am drifting cold water, no star
Are these the past muses?
to be seen. In your heart, we remain. You do not say
it's not just the muses, it's Freddy too.
Sail in vain.
I guess we're just gonna have to see how the trial goes.
Okay, here we go.
Yep.
Hello?
Corral is gone.
Oh, Grace, there you are. Everyone is already waiting for you on Olympus.
Hermes doesn't look happy.
Athena, we
We need to
really
talk.
need to talk. Like right now.
There's nothing left to talk about, Grace. Whatever you have to say, you can say it at the trial.
You don't call the shots, despite what you think. I guess you don't want to hear what I have to say. So I guess we're just gonna have to influence this and hope for the best in our finale.
Welcome to Old Olympus, dear.
That is beautiful.
Is this a real place?
It's the memory of a real place, which for us is the same thing.
Interesting.
Let's begin, shall we?
But no matter what I say, Athena, you are going to cause division because you want one outcome. It does not matter what I say because you believe in your interpretation of the prophecy.
Brothers, sisters, everyone, look around you. We few who remain fled to this new land to escape the war, but we are not out of danger. I waited to tell you until I was certain, and now I am. The idols are dying. It will not be long before even our immortality deserts us. The time for extreme measures has arrived.
How do you know it's true? How can you be so certain?
Each time we pass on our eidolon, we become a little less.
How would
It
you
is,
know?
however, not solely that. I have had Hecate researching the matter for decades, and her results are conclusive. We are diminishing.
Maybe
I'm
it's
at
because
this
you're not
trial
in
to
contact with
tell
the real
you
world
that,
still.
As always, I will look out for you. I will save you. Trust in me.
That's not what a
Pallas
trial
Athena,
is.
daughter of Zeus and leader of the chorus, and I will do anything
You
it
are not the
takes
only
to
child of
keep
Zeus here.
you all alive.
You'll
Apollo
do
is also a
anything?
child of Zeus. Oh, I don't know what to say.
It must be difficult.
You know what? I'm going to continue on the path
Feeling
of
as if
grace. She's
Everything
doing
is
what
on
she
your
thinks is
shoulders,
right.
And yours alone. One moment of weakness and it all falls apart. You've been doing this for so long, you don't even know how to stop, do you?
Oh, dear child, why on earth would I stop?
Because what you've done is wrong.
Yep.
If it wasn't, then why not come clean? Go on. Tell them about Apollo's prophecy. The idols cannot continue so long as the last muse lives. Isn't that how it goes?
It's true.
spoke to
know the
Calliope in Hades. She told us how you sent the Furies after her.
You couldn't have.
Which means
Yes,
you
I
don't
could.
know everything.
There's more to an idol than just the Eidolon. Maybe you even knew that once, but you've forgotten it. Just like all the idols have. You don't know everything, Athena.
No. I do not accept this. You are lying.
You're the one who's been lying. Or would you like to explain to the idols how you murdered Calliope based on a vague prophecy? Tell them.
Yep.
Yes, it's me. It's me.
The question is,
Of course,
does the
it's
ti-
me
does it just mean that the title
The
of Last
one-
Muse has to vanish?
who gets it done. Don't you see?
If I don't
It
accept
had
the
to
title of The Last
be.
Muse, does that mean that I'm not?
You all turn away when I got the fish. Then you cry hooray once it's on the dish. That's how we do this.
Because
Yes,
you tell them that it has to be.
Yes, you and me. I have always cared for you. I'll always do all these things for you. All these things that
The only one who cares.
are not prepared to do.
What makes you think so?
It's not just you. Time to put you in check. There are other idols too. You irritating speck. Aren't
Yeah, you believe you're better than everybody else.
It's time these people climb. Time to bring your next little girls. They dream up a future. They're sure how they feel, sure their vision's true. I fought for that throne and then didn't take it. And that was okay. Could it be for you too? Of course you would make it all about you. Still, it might be worth listening to another view. None of you see. So it's down to me.
You're willing to
It's
destroy
fine. I'll
everybody.
take all the blame.
We're not blaming you. You're doing what you thought was right, but you also won't listen.
Think you see it all, you just see a scrap. You wanna make the call, you need to hold the map. You cloistered children. It's time for you and all who stand with you. Yes, you too.
You must know this is wrong.
Born like you. Time to follow through. Tell me that your mind can hear a single voice of doubt. All I hear is multitudes in one united shout. Let this go,
Are you?
Athena, and the next thing you'll see the idols white.
Yeah, are you sure that's not your fear talking? I haven't done anything wrong, so doesn't this mean that you'll be breaking the law or something? Won't you be essentially doing what you crucified Persephone for doing?
It's the right thing to do.
We can't move forward if we don't forgive the past.
Right place to be.
I tried. I'm hoping, Eros.
She'd stand with grace too. Grace showed her mercy
when she didn't have to. Show mercy.
Hermes would for Freddy.
Terribly sorry, but I'm afraid I'll need to stand here too. I really need to. Please do accept my apology.
Of course, it's me. Because of me, this prophecy would come to be. My Olympus is gone.
That's exactly it. You need to join the world and still be part of it, Athena.
At a stranger wearing my face.
You're afraid of losing everything you once had,
My
and
Olympus is gone. Now I'm some other one. Just how long has she been in play?
I'm sure you meant well, and that is exactly it. She was trying just to do her best.
You said
She wanted to keep them safe.
you could get to somewhere right, but it's been too many years since the mainland was in sight. There was a voice in me that shouted, Athena, you be strong.
There are different ways to be strong.
Be strong. No cost is great enough. It was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong, and now I don't know what the right thing is. I leave it up to you what to do with this. I forgive you, Athena.
Show her a little grace.
Look into me. I know what I see. Yes, a monster. I've met monsters who weren't monsters. I'm a monster to me.
And I think you're being far too hard on yourself, Athena. You made mistakes.
I'm sorry, Grace. I'm sorry, all of you. I wish Calliope could know it too. She does. She hears you.
Oh, that's a nice shot. Did it mean that I'm not going to be put to death? Because that'd be nice. I took the high road. Forgive, but don't forget. Yeah.
Are you finished? You've been talking forever.
We're done, yes.
And? So you're in charge now, I'm guessing.
For the moment, but it appears we're about to have a repeat of what happened in Hades.
What does that mean?
It means we are disbanding the chorus. Not only
Makes
that,
sense. Give everybody
we
a
have
word.
decided to reveal ourselves to the mortal world.
You're
Well,
planning
you
to
can't
tell
be the last
everyone what
muse
we
if you
really
actually
are.
create more muses.
Isn't that risky?
It won't be right away, so those who are too fearful can go into hiding. But it's time. No more laws, no more secrets.
Sounds about fair.
Yeah.
This is a big
I
step.
can't believe you're so ready to give up that chair.
It won't be a hardship. Athena wore the fabric rather thin.
You know what I mean.
Fair enough.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I would have been proud to serve in your course, sister.
Thank you, brother. Truly. I'd like a moment alone with Grace.
Technically, I think she's his aunt. Weird. Doesn't matter.
Well, you did it, Grace. The trial has come and gone, and you're still standing.
Trying to be.
We did it.
We did it.
I would have been lost if you hadn't stood beside me.
I'm still not entirely certain
Yep.
what possessed me.
Maybe you're not as cold-hearted and ruthless as you think you are.
How dare you?
Sometimes even idols are capable of change.
I like Persephone's
You said
sass.
it yourself.
That's the thing. You have to be capable
Obviously,
of
the
change.
freedom the rest of the idols have extends to you as well. I can't compel you to remain. And yet I am asking you to do so.
If I stay,
No more lies.
no more lies. No more backstabbing. No more betrayals.
Oh, Grace, isn't that what makes life with the idols interesting?
Not really. No.
Fine, fine. Have it.
Thank you,
your way.
Grace.
You have my word.
I'll hold you to that.
Ready to go out and face the music, Grace?
Always.
Act 3, 2 months later. Interesting. I finished Act 3. The Muses Encore.
Of course you're both here. In my apartment. Why wouldn't you be?
We were waiting for you.
I'm told the concert went well. How do you feel?
I'm exhausted.
Somehow the Oracle has managed to get a recording of every show you've done. I believe she's a bit starstruck.
You can tell her it's okay to come in person. She's on the list.
That would require her to get out from behind her screens.
Yeah.
Everyone
I can
here
understand
has
that.
also been busy. Would you like to hear the latest?
Has anyone heard about Athena?
Ask about Apollo.
It's been a while.
I have. She left the city, as she felt uncomfortable with all the attention on the idols.
Terrified.
It makes sense.
It was more that mortals expected the goddess of wisdom to have sage advice, and she no longer trusts her judgment.
No surprise there.
You don't still worry about her, brother, after all she's done?
I think of her off in the far north, living alone in the wilderness, punishing herself until the end of her days. I know it's her own choosing, but it seems like such a waste.
Actually, relaxing might help her, though.
I heard Eros and Venus left the city together. Was that right?
You heard correctly. Venus wanted to use her fame to do good works as an activist, and Eros is assisting her.
Let's be realistic. He's there to catch her when her efforts inevitably implode.
You're being uncharitable, sister. I was at one of Venus's rallies, and it was rather invigorating.
Aphrodite always did love being adored by the masses.
Well, at any rate, Eros sounded keen. He thinks this is a much better approach than wallowing in Olympus.
She's getting out,
But
seeing
you
the
mean
world,
He's glad to have time to pursue a
advocating.
new lover or two.
Who could blame him?
We're not addressing the fact that he's with Psyche. Okay.
What about you,
Let's
Apollo?
ask about Sad
Still planning on
Boy.
leaving the city?
Soon, I think. All the attention on the idols is proving rather taxing.
Especially because people would want prophecies.
Ooh, running away again, brother.
I suppose you could say that. Really, I just came by to see Grace and apologize one last time.
I told you you don't need to keep doing that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes, well, I'm glad things worked out as they did. You'll all be fine without me.
You know,
Calm
one
down,
day
Mr.
you will,
Dramatic.
brother. Not today, but someday.
Ask about,
What about
you know what,
Hecate
Hecate
and
and Asterion,
Asterion?
because
Are they
I
still at
need
the
to know.
reliquary?
Hecate leave the reliquary? I'd sooner believe the sun would go out.
It doesn't hurt that they seem enraptured with each other's company.
Asterion is all Hecate is willing to discuss. Do I need to know every detail of his sexual prowess? I do not.
Oh dear.
Didn't Hecate say it is written that she and the Minotaur would eventually break up?
Well, eventually, for Hecate could be centuries from now.
True.
In the meantime,
We'll
she
see.
gushes about her new boyfriend like a schoolgirl.
You should hear Asterion.
Oh, that's
then.
exciting.
His gushing puts hers to shame. I'm happy for them both.
Yeah, I'm glad that they're happy.
And Medusa?
I'm intrigued
I
about
take it she's
Medusa
no
now that
longer at the
Athena.
reliquary.
She was. For a few months.
There was an incident involving Hecate's new cat.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Medusa was beside herself with apologies, but needless to say, she moved on rather quickly. We're not certain where.
Meaning what? Medusa is roaming the streets? Doing whatever she likes?
Not quite.
Medusa believed she might not be able to control her appetite, so she asked us to put her in contact with the mortal government. They took her somewhere. It was her decision. The government is grateful. They even suggested we might see Hephaestus again.
Aphrodite's husband?
Huh?
He's alive?
So it appears. Who knows what he's been doing for the mortals since the war, but
Well, that's exciting.
it is all our spirits to see him again.
Is Hermes still around? I'm surprised they're not here with the rest of you.
Well, we've barely seen them of late.
Hermes has been busy. They've become a social media darling, or so the Oracle tells me.
The truly
That doesn't
amusing
surprise
part
me.
is that they're not even trying to be famous. They simply can't help it.
Hermes likes to people please, it's true.
Hopefully it won't backfire on them. Fame is a double-edged sword.
Hermes lives a charmed life. Never fear.
Well, it's odd
And
seeing
he
their
can get out of
face
there
on so
quickly
many
if he needs to.
billboards, but I agree. Let Hermes have their fun.
What about Pan?
Ask about
I
Pan.
haven't seen him since the trial.
No one's seen him.
Should we be worried? It is Pan, and what he does will reflect on us all.
Pan is harmless.
Mostly
Uh,
harmless.
As far
Thank
as
you,
I can
Apollo.
tell, he did regret his involvement
Pandemonium.
in Calliope's death. He'll lay low. At least for a time.
He'll be back with some new scheme to make us all groan.
You're not wrong.
That's good.
How about you, Persephone?
And Persephone.
Any big changes?
Not unless you count my many trips to Hades. No. It's business as always.
Trips to Hades.
I'm glad you're able to go back, though.
I am no longer its queen, but I am still the most familiar with its workings. And Hades is changing. Perhaps it's the mere fact that the mortal world is aware of us again. I don't know. Or
See?
something else is stirring.
Is this something we should be
It's-
concerned about, sister?
Not yet. I'll let you know. As for everything else,
The more people believe in the
club
gods, the more
continues,
that
more
people are going to
popular
look
than
back
ever.
into the mythologies
world
and
turns.
potentially bring them
What
back
more
to
is there to
life
say?
again. Maybe.
I still can't believe it's all over.
Oh, it's scarcely over, Grace. Now that you've toppled the castle, it's barely just begun.
Oh, I didn't do that.
On the contrary, you absolutely did.
Yes.
Perhaps we should leave you alone, Grace. You must be tired from your trip.
Kind of feels like
But if I'm here alone.
this is it, huh? Like we won't see each other for a long time.
No. Not like this. You're right.
Everything has changed.
That's what happens. Life changes. Life moves on. But this is what it means to move on.
Stormy skies clear, soft breeze blow.
The ocean lies calm, stars are out.
We'll chart our paths, I've no doubt.
Where will we end up with different routes? A fresh coat of paint, sails unfurled, ready to go.
Watching the shore as we drift away.
Lost in the sunrise, parting mists of gray.
Sailing to new water, the rush of a new day.
This is very pretty.
Has changed.
Interesting. Was there anyone I didn't meet? Because I got charismatic, your heart was always in the right place, and you'll always have friends. That's great. So I'm very interested to see if they'll do a sequel to this, because this was brilliant, but I would really love to see what has changed going forward. But this was a beautiful game. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the way that I played through. I would be interested to see how other people have gone, like a completely aggressive path and things like this. You know, because obviously it was storytelling based. So it does make me wonder how much was pre-prescribed and avoidable or not avoidable, things like this. Like, was Freddy always going to die? I don't know. What would have happened if Freddy wasn't there? Or was that unavoidable that Freddy would be there? Or would this lead to, like, and this is what I'm really interested to see with other people's playthroughs and whatnot. So obviously the voice talent was absolutely wonderful. They did absolutely fantastically. And the music was beautiful. So I really did enjoy that. It was really fun and interesting to see the different perspectives of, and the new retellings of the stories of the Greek gods, because obviously time had moved on. Like obviously in the first few playthroughs you saw me, like the first few sessions I did of this, you could hear that I was like, yeah, I'm confused because this is what I know of these characters or these gods as per mythology and things like this. And then I watched, at least half watched, Overly Sarcastic Productions breakdown on it. I stopped halfway because I hadn't finished this and I didn't want spoilers, so I didn't want to give that away basically at the end. I didn't want to see how potentially it could play out or anything that would influence my decisions going forward, because obviously that would be disingenuous. So I am really, really intrigued. It'll be really interesting to see what I'm going to play next Tuesday, I guess, because yeah, it means that we have time to pick a new game going forward. I'm just waiting for all this to play out, just in case there's a post-credit scene, because who knows, there might be. Without any context, there might be. So we'll see. On top of that, there are also sometimes, with some games, achievements for seeing all the way through the credit, and let's be honest, it is important that, you know, these people's names get out there as well, because they did a fantastic job. So I really enjoyed the playthrough of this. Let me know if you'd like to see more styles of games like this, because I know that there are a number of role-playing games like this out there, so maybe I'll have a look for them and play them out. So the question is, what should we play next week, next Tuesday? I've had a couple of options in the lineup, but if there's anything that you guys would like to see, let me know. We will be back. I'm also toying with the idea of, should I do a map stream tomorrow night? Because I haven't done one for quite a while. So I'm kind of wondering whether I should maybe do that. Because I do actually have, I do have some maps that I do need to build actually for upcoming games. But I have been kind of holding off on doing certain things. Just because I have other things that I need to take care of at the moment. I've been very pressed under the pump with work stuff. I'm currently working on the Perception series with David Parker Ross. I do copy editing for him, but also I narrate several of his books as various characters, predominantly the Australian characters, but if you are looking for a really interesting sci-fi series, check out Perceptions. I would recommend it starting with Jenna Plural Wants You, but yeah, it can get a bit convoluted if you start further in, but you should give it a go. They're really good. It is a really good series. I do know he's also about to release, talking about Greek gods, I do know that he is about to re-release his Cult of Artemis series, based around the reincarnation of Artemis into the world. So yeah, perfect way to to basically spruik that, because, well, appropriate time to tell you to check it out when it comes out. So yeah, the Cult of Artemis, it's a great series. It is, I think that one is kind of a romance too, so which is a bit out of archetype for David to write. So yeah, get out there, read it, give some commentary on it, because obviously feedback is always great. We love feedback. So yeah, so that's what I've been working on. But on Mondays, and I missed this Monday, Ignition Point this Monday, because we had several players who were away. Obviously, Evil One is on a tri-weekly showing, just because of the nature of his work. But unfortunately, we were down Scotty and Kev due to various travelling and plans that they had made. So yeah, that's what they were doing. So we decided to have a week off. So that's fantastic. But yeah, so we will be back on Saturday with State of Anarchy to pick up in the aftermath of the cage fighting match. Yeah, if you've got any input on that, any feedback, let me know. You can go watch it over on my YouTube channel, Boomeadow, and leave some comments on there for me, for the players, things like that. Obviously, constructive criticism is preferred. Just being mean or negative for the sake of being mean or negative. Obviously, I understand that my style of gaming and DMing is not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but you know, that's something we can discuss a bit more if you want to join me on my map stream. So let me know. Also, let me know if you prefer seeing me do town builds or you want to see me do a few more battle maps and things like that, because I do have a couple of those coming up as well. Or just in general, like a stream of world building kind of stuff, because I'm in the process, for State of Anarchy, I am in the process of building some artifacts, or I suppose vestiges for better, for what a lot of people would recognise it as. So I am in the process of building a number of artifacts to go along with the main plot. So yeah, that's something that I could do some discussion while I'm drawing that, or not. Especially if you want to talk world lore and stuff like this, because obviously I have a lot of world lore. Yeah, a lot of world lore, especially a lot of world lore that I actually don't have written down. I really should get on top of that to write more of it down. But the Monday game is chugging along as well. And yeah, so what we're expecting to do with that is we are moving into following along Hudson's plotline. So we will see some of that. We're going to travel through the desert. We're going to have some encounters in the desert as well, because I do know that we do want to see some different encounters, social encounters, adventure encounters, combat encounters. So we'll see what comes up. We'll see what they come across, because, you know, they do like to talk as well. So yeah, we're going to get back into that on Monday. On Thursday, I will be jumping back into Stray. I did miss last Thursday just because I was not feeling well, so I do apologise for that. But I believe we are jumping back in to do the sewers. And from what I've been told, the sewers is difficult. So I cannot wait to be back on Thursday to do that. But yeah, otherwise, let me know if you want to see me do some map streams, and what you want to actually see in those map streams. Because I do have to... so for the Monday game, I do have town maps for every town, but some of them are just ones that I found on Pinterest and things like this, and I feel very strongly about using other people's maps without crediting them, and obviously Pinterest is not always great at showing true credit. So there we go. That is Stray Gods. What happens if I press continue? You know what? For shits and giggles, I'm just going to press continue and see if that takes me back where it was. If not, yeah, it's just a song again. So with that, we will be back next Tuesday with a completely new game, so we'll have to see what that is. I don't know what it is yet, so let me know if you've got any suggestions though over on Pinterest, or you can reach out to me on Twitter or X or whatever it's called now. But yeah, most of the time you can reach out to me and let me know on YouTube. Otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening or night, wherever you are in the world. I hope you're drinking plenty of water, getting plenty of rest, looking after yourself, and we'll see you on Thursday, maybe tomorrow, we'll see. But we'll see you next time. Bye.